Right now, I'm going to show you how to use the Bissell CleanView Compact Turbo. Now, when you get the machine, you will have to put the handle on. There's a place for it right on top of the vacuum. There's a little slot. Just line the handle up, press it down, and it will snap and lock into place. Now, with it, you get 3 cleaning tools, a dusting brush, a crevice tool, and a turbo brush. Now, the crevice tool and the dusting brush fit right on top of it, just on top of the canister. The turbo brush fits in the plastic holder that you will need to put on. This plastic holder has a slot on the top that you will line up with the handle. On the handle, there's a little notch of plastic. From here, you'll just line those up, press it on, and then the clips will snap into place. And now you can store your turbo brush on the handle. At the bottom of the machine, there are 2 foot pedals. One is red, which is the on-off switch, and the gray one is the handle release. On the head of the vacuum, there's a switch that adjusts the height. You can switch between long or short pile carpet, and you can even do bare floors. Now, this just adjusts the height of the vacuum and gets the agitator closer or further away from the surface. It really just depends on what you're cleaning. Here, we will start by plugging it in. It has a 2-prong plug, and the cord is a good length here at 23 feet. Turn it on and then release the handle. Now here I started with the long pile setting, but I didn't feel like it was picking up as much as it could, so I lowered it to the short pile setting. Now with this, you're just going to experiment with it and find out what works best for you and your current situation. I wanted to test this out by vacuuming my living room today. I really like how light and easy it is to maneuver around. It only weighs about 9 pounds, so it's really easy to get around furniture and behind things. I also really like the tracks that it leaves behind as I vacuum. I just continue along here, vacuuming up the carpet. Now, once I got over to the tile, I decided to pass over it really quick to pick up some dirt and pet hair that I could see. It did a good job. Now, I didn't mess with the setting or anything. I just left it on the pile setting that it was currently on, and it did a good job just picking up some of the loose hair and dirt that I could see. Then I finished up with the rest of the room, making sure to pick up any toys like this one, this little purple ninja. I'm sure that I'd be in big trouble if that got lost or damaged in the vacuum. Now, as you can see here, it left really nice tracks in this room. Now, this room is pretty small, but look at all this dust and dirt that it picked up. Now we can dump this out before we go ahead and continue on. Now let's go ahead and use the handle and wand attachment. First, we'll take the hose off the back of the handle. Then we will remove the handle. There's a little gray lever on the back that you just press down, and then the handle pulls right off. And of course, here I do have my helper Kitty supervising. She just likes to make sure that I'm always doing a good job. Now you can attach the handle and the hose. Now just pull the hose off the base of the vacuum, and then at the end of the hose there is a little plastic notch. Just line that up with the groove on the handle, slide it in, and then twist it to lock it in place. Now here you've got some options. You can use whatever attachment that you want, but today I wanted to try out the turbo brush. So just push on the attachment to the end of the hose, turn the vacuum on, and now I'm going to vacuum the stairs. The power brush has its own little built-in agitator that spins. This is going to help loosen up more dirt and debris that's really stuck down into that carpet. I do think that this turbo brush did a good job on my stairs. Also, just a side note, the agitator on the main vacuum head will always spin when the vacuum is on. There's no way to turn that off. Just a little side note for your information. Now let's get back to the turbo brush. If you ever get a jam on this tool, you can actually take it apart. On the handle, there's a little gray sleeve that you can twist around to unlock it. This will allow you to take off the clear cover and remove anything stuck inside. Now, after just doing these stairs, I got a lot of hair and carpet fibers built up in here. Now, over time, this can actually build up and cause the agitator to stop spinning. So if this ever happens, you can just take it apart, clean it out. Once everything is cleaned up, then you go ahead and put the cover back on and then lock it back in place. Now we can go ahead and put the vacuum back together, put the handle back on, and put the hose back in place. To empty the canister, there's a little button on top of the handle. Just press that in and pull straight up, and the canister will come right off. Now take it over to a trash can, hold it over the trash can, and press the release button on the bottom of the canister. This will release the lid and dump out all of that hair, dirt, dust, and debris, anything that you picked up while you were vacuuming. Now there is a smaller canister inside of the larger canister that helps trap finer or smaller dust particles, but it also helps out with the overall performance of the vacuum. If this is full, you can reach inside and remove it as well. Just grab onto it and give it about a quarter turn and it will pull right out. Now you can empty and clean this as well. If you're ever having a performance issue with your vacuum and it's not working right, or you feel like the suction isn't as strong as it used to be, go ahead and check this and make sure that there's no clogs or buildup in here. Once you're all done, of course, you can put it back, put everything back together. Now on top of the canister, there's another lid that you can open, and inside here is the filter. You can remove this and it can be cleaned as needed. This one you can actually clean with water and a mild detergent, rinse everything completely and just make sure that it is completely dry. I recommend letting it sit for at least 24 hours to just make sure that it is completely dry before putting it back together. Now overall, I think this is a great vacuum, especially for its size. I hope that was helpful. If you like carpet cleaners and keeping a clean home, feel free to check out some other videos. My name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one.